out the jar and more. You've added and more since the last time I heard from you, so I'm excited to hear about that. And I will turn the mic over to you and the clicker.
Great morning, everyone. My name is Yashika McKinney. I'm going to make this really short and sweet, like myself and the dessert jars. But I am the owner of Desserts Out the Jar and More. What is stressed? Spelled backwards. I was very stressed about, I'm always stressed about presentations and things like that. I can talk to you off the whim in my office and things like that, but to have an actual slide, I need a dessert after this, I'm pretty sure. So stressed spelled backwards is desserts. Desserts Out the Jar. We create unforgettable experiences with our customers. Our emphasis is individually crafted dessert jars, gourmet style, and conveniently packaged in mason jars to lock in freshness. We are an innovative bakery that personalizes in a variety of dessert jars. They're great for on the go. You can enjoy them by taking them and putting them in your purse or your pocket or eating them in the car. So that's what we do. We provide our customers with the opportunity to select their ingredients and flavors and watch as we prepare their desserts. We create a personal touch and provide a unique selling point. That's the unique selling point of our business. Again, Desserts Out the Jar. We offer over 30 different flavors. We specialize in cakes, puddings, and pies. So if you don't do the banana pudding, which is our best seller, we have caramel cakes. If you don't do caramel cakes, we have apple pies. So we try to meet all of our the needs of our customers. Also, we have a sugar-free line, so we have that option. And we're also working on a gluten-free line just to keep up with the health and the culinary aspect and innovations. Our target market is for comfort creators or creatures, business professionals and students that are driven by success and reward. We all like to have a reward after our successes. So that would definitely be a treat and a plus for Desserts Out the Jar. While you're missing the home style, you know, you can think back as a kid, smell grandma's apple pies. We can provide that for you. We also make it pleasurable and great tasting for you. For celebrations, individuals that are celebrating weddings and birthdays and different events, we can also package them where they're actually wrapped up with a spoon and you can give them as a gift. What's important to Desserts Out the Jar? We practice the 3 C's. So it's customer service. If I didn't have customers, I don't have a business. So that is very important to us to personalize our customer service. The comfort creations. We know that everyone lives a busy lifestyle. So just to be able to sit down and enjoy a gourmet dessert in the comfort of your own home or even at my shop, we would like to provide that experience for you and the convenience of it. You can just pack it up, take it with you, it's on the go. Again, we personalize our experience to show our customers that we care. Again, if I don't have customers, I don't have a business, and I recognize that very early in my business. Desserts Out the Jar is dedicated to providing high quality sweet treats that have a great taste, personalized attention of grandma's best. This has been and will always be our proven remedy for success. Our journey, the story is great behind Desserts Out the Jar because we actually started in 2014 and I started selling dessert jars out the trunk of my car. I was very big on making like banana puddings and caramel cakes, but I never considered myself a baker. So once I started making those 2 desserts, people would ask for them, but they would ask for them in smaller portions. I would make them in large pans, and they say, do you have a smaller portion? I said, well, I can put it in a styrofoam plate or maybe a cup or something like that. And one day I was laying in the bed, it was about 9 o'clock at night, and I said, what can I do to make these large portions into small individual portions? And something said, put it in a jar. So that night, I got up at 9 o'clock, I went to Walmart and I purchased all the jars, all of the ingredients, and I baked until 2:30 in the morning. It was December 9th of 2014, and I remember that because Facebook reminds you of everything every year. So I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning and I posted a dessert jar that looked similar to that on Facebook, and from there it took off. We were on the local news. They contacted us and they said, what is it the product that you have? And I said, well, we have desserts out the jar. So I was on the local news. I've been on Fox 2 5 times. Just a couple of weeks ago, we had a whole segment on KSDK Channel 5. They came to the shop and did some filming, and that was great. We moved into the St. Louis VentureWorks building, which is an incubator space for small businesses, and we are able to mass produce our products out of there. I've also completed the Grace Hill Women's Business program, because when I started business, I didn't know anything about business. I thought that I was just doing this as a hobby. I needed an extra income, and that's what I was doing to make it an extra income. But as business grew, I said, well, maybe I need some formal training as far as entrepreneurship. I've also completed the Square One Entrepreneurs Training Program, which Miss Ricky, I think she's here now, is currently taking applications for. I received the Black in Tech Award last year. I am the winner of the pitch competition with Impact Odyssey. It was hosted by Kevin Durant's mom, Wanda Grant. I also won the East St. Louis Initiative with Washington University. My hometown is East St. Louis. I was born and raised there. Currently, I am one of top 25 finalists in the Fantasy Food Fair business competition. So I'm not for sure if you heard of it, but it's a space over near Crown Candy, which is a historical space, and it's 25 of us going up for that space. So Desserts Out the Jar and More is in the competition. I am the recipient of the St. Louis American Young Leaders Award and also the St. Louis Phenomenal Women's Award, and that was just this past month. What's next for Desserts Out the Jar? So anybody that's in here that's really creative know that once you start with the idea, they just take form and it start branching off in every different way. And that's why we had to add the and more to Desserts Out the Jar. So my great friend Ned that's here to support me today, we were talking about expanding the line. How can I get more business with the line, not just with dessert jars? So we talked about expanding it to an ice cream line, an icing line, and a coffee creamer line. We've had meetings with airport concessions in St. Louis, and just this past week with Washington, D.C. area to get the desserts out the jar in the airports. I've also partnered with a few restaurants to wholesale my product in their restaurants so it can be sold. One is in Belleville, Illinois. Let's see, creation of desserts at the jar, coloring books. So what I do in my job, my 9 to 5, I am a mentor for the St. Louis Public Schools. So I go into the schools and I talk to young kids about entrepreneurship, of course now, health and hygiene. But I thought it would be really great to have a coloring book that can entail the journey of desserts out the jar and show them that they can be entrepreneurs also, because most of the time we talk about, professions and things like that. You want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, but no one ever really say, do you want to be an entrepreneur? If someone would have asked me that when I was little, I would have said no. If someone would have asked me that now, I'd be like, no, now that I know the work that go into it, but it is a choice. So to have a coloring book for kids about entrepreneurship would be great. Also, to create a Desserts Out the Jar mobile app. I'm a big techie and I love food, so of course I have the Chef Ramsay app on my phone, the Food Dash. So I said, it would be great to be able to customize dessert jars on an app. So we are in the process of actually doing that. How can your community help Desserts Out the Jar? Well, of course, financial contributions and investors. Desserts Out the Jar is self-financed. So what I make, I flip. It's very much a hustle and a grind, if you would call it. So we have not applied for any banking loans and things like that. Again, the revenue that we have, it's all off of what we made the prior year. But at the same time, it's hard. I mean, again, I work a 9 to 5 and just trying to balance that. And I really would love to have a cushion just for things, the unexpected things that would come up. Again, the product development and the market penetration, it costs money. And I never knew this part of business until I really got into it this year. Resources, grants and seed money. The Arch grants, as you stated, it's coming up, so we are applying for that. But just the instructions on what's appealing to the grant writer or the grant recipient, who those who are taking the information, what do I need to put in there to make it appealing to say, you know what, we want to try with Desserts Out the Jar. Remember, whatever you can bake, we can make in a jar at Desserts Out the Jar.
Okay, who wants to kick off the questions? Melanie, it's your hand first, so.
I have 2 questions. One, do you have free samples?
If you come to my office, then I can definitely get that for you.
So, like, what channels are you selling in today? And then, what do you believe are the obstacles as you start to scale this? Because it seems highly operational based to make sure that it's successful. So, what channels are you going through today? And then, how do you plan to scale?
Okay, so what we are doing now, we actually sell out of our office in the St. Louis VentureWorks building. So I have an office there and the commercial kitchen, of course, and I think we are probably the only business that sell out of the building. You know, other businesses, they, you know, take them somewhere else, but we do have that option to come in, for our customers to come in and purchase and in the building. We also have an online portal, so you can order online, we can make deliveries, or you can schedule a time to pick up. We've been in the St. Louis Galleria 3 times as a pop shop. We've been in the St. Clair Square 3 times as a pop shop, and we are presenting a proposal to go back in. We usually do it during the holidays, you know, the major holidays, Mother's Day, Father's Day, 4th of July, and things like that. So that is an option at this time. As far as scaling the business, just to continue to penetrate the area and, you know, get the word out, word of mouth, and social media has been awesome. It has not been really anything that I have been doing as far as mass media is concerned. You know, pretty much people are coming to me and saying, what is it that you have? You know, they'll see it on social media or even on the news. So as far as marketing it that way, and also being in different restaurants, and again, we're trying to get into the concessions at the airport, so we're trying to scale in large doses rather than individuals coming to me. I know I can't be everywhere at all the time, so we were even thinking about putting them in vending machines. So, you know, we can go and fill up the vending machines on Sunday and not have to worry about it until Sunday again, because we have a 7-day shelf life for those.
This is some general standard business questions. Like, what is the problem statement and what's your solution statement for baking? I mean, is it just because people need food every 4 hours? Or
Well, pretty much. I guess the problem problem statement is that everyone enjoys sweets, and I don't know whether you were here at the beginning, but once we're stressed, and especially for women, we're like, what is it that we can have to calm our nerves for today? Some people use cigarettes, but other people use desserts. It's kind of like, what is your addiction? Some people go gambling, at the casinos, but some people like to enjoy the home style of a dessert, a comfort food. And what was your other question? I'm sorry.
And what's your solution statement that makes your business not just hostess?
Okay, so what makes my business innovative is that you can actually take these desserts wherever you need to go. It's not like you have a whole pie. Even if you're in the car and you say, you know what, I need a dose of my banana pudding. You can screw off the top and eat it right there. Close it back up and put it in the refrigerator. So you don't have to consume it all at once. Even with cakes, if you buy a whole cake, you would cut it and it may get stale, but with this, it keeps the freshness. So that would be a point in our business that's different. Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
You had mentioned social media. What social media are you utilizing and where you have the most success?
Okay, so we're utilizing Facebook, we have a Twitter, and we have an Instagram account. We are also on LinkedIn. The most success has been from our Facebook account. When I have a customer with a great experience, I say, can you share this post? And they have 5,000 friends, so that's kind of how I connect with people, or have been connecting with people since I started, which has presented itself very well.
Are you using Facebook ads?
No, not at this time, but we are researching and looking into that.
Other questions? Oh, sorry.
Well, first of all, my mom used to run a food business, and I saw how hard she worked at it and how challenging it is. So props to you for doing this. So it sounds like it's kind of going off of what this gentleman said before. It's the fact that it's like homemade, kind of homemade stuff, instead of just buying something that's manufactured like Hostess or whatever.
Absolutely.
So what are you just kind of feeling things out now and just seeing where you can gain traction? Or, because I guess the challenge of the homemade stuff is that it's not as, scalable. If you get a ton of new, best case scenario, you get a ton of new wholesale customers or things like that. Do you have, I guess it's more of a baking question. Like how would you scale that up? The kind of, since the whole idea is that it is more of a homemade style thing than kind of a manufactured.
Right, because we're not using preservatives and things like that.
Yeah, is that something that's just so far away it's not on your radar yet, or do you have ideas for how to make that?
No, we've
bigger
actually thought about that. We thought about how can we transition over to a market where it is in local grocers and things like that. Not that it's so far away on our radar, but we want to take it in small steps. So we want to see if there's a market that would like, again, in small doses. I don't want to just jump out and say, okay, I want to go to Schnucks. And then it failed because I know the overhead and things like that for producing a product in Schnucks. But as far as like Schwab's is concerned, or some local markets, we are looking into possibly getting them into the local markets where we're able at this time to keep up with the demand, instead of going to Walmart and they say, give me 1 million, and we don't have it at this time. So just starting small and then progressively increasing.
Right here.
Yes.
I guess what he was kind of saying, and this question I've had since you started, is, how do you envision this thing? Is it is your ultimate goal? Do you want to have a retail store, in every town? Do you just want to have a bakery in every town? Are you just going to ship, bake everything in St. Louis and ship them around the country? So you're basically kind of a web-based company. I feel like right now you're kind of probing in a lot of different directions, seeing which one sticks. Mm-hmm. And have you found, have you really worked that through in your own head? Like, where would we really like to be, and is that actually viable? Because right now it seems like, and I'm not saying this is a criticism, it's what most people do. It's kind of like you're throwing spaghetti against the wall and seeing what sticks.
Absolutely. So our ultimate goal in the beginning was to be a franchise and to own a desserts out the jar in every major city. So where people can actually, on the lines of a froyo or a cold stone, where people can actually come in, sit down, customize their dessert jar and have this great experience. That was the initial vision for it. But as we went along, again, that's not totally under the rug, but we want to be able to, again, I said I can't be everywhere at every time. So, like, for instance, with the vending machines, if I can get it out there and there's enough people to say, okay, we know that product, so maybe we can expand to a store. If it's in Lambert Airport or an airport in DC, if we have a vending machine and there's enough customers that are purchasing the product, then we could say, okay, maybe we can go forward with actually having, meeting the overhead of having a, actual retail store in the. So yeah, we are really, because of the lack of funds, we are really probing to see which area is more conducive for us.
I had kind of a baking question. Is there a way to increase the shelf life from 7 days? Because that's a short turnaround.
It is definitely a short turnaround, but there is a way. And we are actually working on that with St. Louis University and their nutrition department. So.
For your future mobile app, are there other features that you would like to add aside from being able to customize the food jars?
Recipes. I'm really big with recipes, but to be able to take the recipe and devise your own jar. Or, even we had a thought of, like on the line of a Lunchable, packing them with the jar and a thing of pudding and some cookies where you can actually create your own jar and then have the mobile app that would assist you in doing that, and also recipes in the box that do that.
Other questions? Okay, thank you so much,
Thank
Chica,
you
for
so
coming and
much.
sharing this morning. Appreciate it.